Who are the digital accessibility companies that focus on professional services, that emphasize the importance of fully manual audits and user testing? Well, I've curated a list of these companies, and we're going to go through this list in a moment. But first, how did I come up with the list? Well, I took a via negativa approach. And basically, what via negativa means is that we remove that which is bad. So if any companies are sympathetic, endorse, or even sell overlay widgets, they were automatically removed from this list. Also, if any company was too scan centric, too focused on scans, I also removed them from the list. Now, it's not that scans are inherently bad, but what often happens is the marketing messaging confuses consumers and they end up purchasing a scan where one isn't needed. And so for that reason, I've gone ahead and removed companies that were focused or had too much of an emphasis on scans. So let me just quickly go through this list on the screen. We have via negativa curation, not an endorsement. So this is not an endorsement of any company on this list. And again, the emphasis here is on companies that offer fully manual services, and then no overlays, no widgets whatsoever. And then the company also cannot be scan centric. And then there are companies that I will leave out just because I'm unaware of them. So as I find out about more companies, I will add these in the description for this video. Feel free to comment if there's a company you know of that meets these criteria, or you are the company yourself. Feel free to add your company in the comments, and then I will add you to the description should you meet all of these criteria. All right, so continuing on, let's now look at the list itself. I have tab 2 accessible.org. We've got the digital accessibility companies list, and we're going to go through this starting with my own company, accessible.org. But then we have AbilityNet, Access Armada, Accessibrand, AccessibilityOz, Bureau, and I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly or get close to this, Bureau Toegankelijkheid. That's my best attempt at that. That is Dutch. That is Dutch for Accessibility Bureau. Then we have Dig Inclusion, Digital Accessibility Center, Digital Alley, A11Y, ecomback, 11 Ways, Equal Entry, Hassell Inclusion, Ideance, Interaccess, Intopia, Knowbility, OpenAccess, Pure Accessibility, SaralX, VisionAid, DATTC, WebAIM, and then we have WeCo, Digital Accessibility. So now I've gone ahead and opened up websites for three of the companies, and we're just going to scroll through them quickly. The first that I thought was interesting was the one I cannot pronounce. This is the Accessibility Bureau, and this is they are located in the Netherlands, and I've translated the Dutch language on their website to English. So here, just looking through, we see there's a focus on compliance with the European Accessibility Act. I think right here we see WCG certification. I think they just left out the A. So WCAG certification. Let's see. It says there's a strong focus on user experience, and we ensure that your website not only becomes functional, but also attractive and user-friendly for everyone. And then so scrolling down, we have re-inspection, just a re-inspection of a website and accessibility statement. So step 1 is a accessibility survey. Step 2, recommendations and improvement plan. Step 3, guidance on implementation. And then 4, re-inspection and accessibility statement. So what I'm reading are all positive signs. Now, again, when I say no endorsement, I haven't, with this company, I haven't used this company's services. But when we take the via negativa approach, it does eliminate a lot of accessibility companies. And so this was one of the companies that resulted. And so I will include all of the companies that I go over in the description. Moving on, we have AbilityNet. So AbilityNet has been around for a long, long time. They were established in 1998. And so reading from the website, It says AbilityNet is a pioneering UK charity transforming the lives of older and disabled people and working with organizations of all types and sizes to build a digital world that is accessible to all. So just scrolling on down, there was one other thing. They had a nice seal that I wanted to point out, but I don't know where that is. I'm just scrolling down their website. I'm looking. So there's a link to digital accessibility services. Maybe this will have it. So let's go down. No, now I want to find it just because. Oh, here it is: certification and accreditation. So let's see here. If we scroll down, so yes, they have two seals. One is user accredited. This is AbilityNet. Another is accredited plus. So user accredited means you earn recognition for providing, quote, real life accessibility by addressing medium and high issues on your website or digital service. Accredited plus, achieve our flagship accreditation by ensuring your website or digital service is both, quote, real life accessible and fully compliant with the web content accessibility guidelines. On this, I think that distinction can become blurred, especially when it's real life accessibility. Again, what does that mean? And by addressing medium and high issues, but I mean, obviously, that they've been around since 1998, and their website, a lot of this is really well thought out, like the services that they're offering. I've tabbed to their accessibility audits and testing page. So they're using conformance right here, outline non-conformant areas. Then let's see, what is an accessibility audit? Review of your digital products and services, identifying any accessibility issues and making recommendations. Okay, so and then one last thing, why choose AbilityNet? We are a global leader in web and digital accessibility based in the UK with one of the biggest expert team of specialist accessibility and usability consultants. So yeah, this one also met the criteria, and they have a lot of information on their website, so I wanted to go over it. And then last, we have VisionAid.org. This is a company where I see the US flag, but then there's also India. I was about to say this company definitely looks like they're based out of India based on the pictures. But with VisionAid, there's a lot of information. A lot has gone into explaining what they do and the results of what they're doing. And so I'm going to go now to digital accessibility testing, this page. So you can request a demo, request for accessibility testing. See, we have here accessibility testing is essential to ensure your website is inclusive, user-friendly, and compliant with global standards like WCAG. And then we can watch different videos. And then, so it says we follow standards. Testing is done in confirmation to WCAG 2.1 level AA guidelines. So then again, we see WCAG 2.1 AA. And these are companies across the world. I know they have a US flag, but I don't. So there's a US office, which is in Massachusetts, but we also see here that I don't even know. So I think there's here we go. Here's the Indian address, and then there's a Chennai address. So, but yeah, this was another company, met the criteria, and so they are included in this. And yeah, so I wanted to cover these, highlight these, because there are many digital accessibility companies that don't have the marketing to keep up with some of the mainstream ones, but I wanted to focus in on the companies who are approaching this seemingly the right way, right? I don't know, I haven't used their services personally, but I wanted to highlight these. And then other companies, I just wanted to include them as well. There are so many companies that offer fully manual services with the focus on audits and user testing. So I will include more information in the description for this video.